Three, two, one, here we go. RAINMAN'S Take podcast. Observations on the world we live in. My take on current events and other topics of interest. Also, interviews with some really cool people. So let's get the conversation going. Hey everybody, it's the Rain Man with a quick raindrop for you today. I just read a really interesting article in the New York Post today about Letitia James, the district attorney in New York City, who recently had the ruling against Donald Trump in his fraud case. It shows the absolute hypocrisy of that woman, and it also should make everybody question why she even went after Donald Trump in the first place, other than the fact that that's what she campaigned on for district attorney. She said when she got into office, she was going to go after him. And he should, well, I personally think he's going to, but I think that this is just going to show that the case against him, even though it was ruled in her favor, the case never should have happened in the first place. Now, what am I talking about? Hypocrisy. So right now, Trump got convicted of defrauding Deutsche Bank. Essentially, what they said was he overvalued his properties, and by doing so, actually defrauded these banks. Set aside the fact that the banks did their own due diligence, and I can only imagine how thorough that must be for that bank. They did their own due diligence. They agreed to lend him money. He paid back that loan in full. So really, it was a victimless, quote unquote, crime that she was going after. So what is this article about in the New York Post? Essentially, it just shows the blatant hypocrisy of Letitia James. And this should give everybody pause. The article talks about a group that defaulted on a loan, and she is actually defending that group against the lender who's trying to go after them for payment. Here's the backstory. The American Irish Historical Society has their headquarters in one of the old Gilded Age mansions on Fifth Avenue in New York City. They took out a loan from an individual to continue operating out of that property. According to the article, most accounts say that building's probably worth $20 million. The American Irish Society overvalued their property to $80 million, basically 4 times most likely what it is worth. So they overvalued their property. They end up getting the loan from this individual and almost immediately defaulted on it. They never made payments on that loan. So here comes Letitia James, and guess who she's defending? She's defending the group that actually defaulted on that loan. She's defending the group that egregiously overvalued their property, i.e. defrauded the lender. That is the exact opposite of her position with Donald Trump. And like I mentioned just a second ago, Donald Trump paid that loan back. Deutsche Bank did their own due diligence on the property. Everything was up and up as far as that transaction and that loan was concerned. This loan almost sounds like it was a backroom deal with an individual and the group, this American Irish Historical Society, for the loan based on a overvaluation of a property by 4 times what is generally considered the value of that property. So she has the I don't even know what you call it. She is defending the defrauding party in this particular case. Now, what's even better is apparently this American Irish Historical Society has done quite a bit for Letitia James while she was campaigning for district attorney to include. Apparently, she held some events at that building. So it's almost like she is taking care of the people that helped her get into office. So what is that telling me? If you are friends of Letitia James, you can defraud lenders and get away with it. If you're Donald Trump or anybody named Trump, she's going after you no matter what the evidence is. She just wants to get you. And that to me is such an abuse of her position as district attorney and abuse of power from the judge that actually ruled in her favor. So there's a very scary time period right now where you're seeing it also in Georgia as well as in New York City, where these people are bending our legal system to the point where it's being twisted into a pretzel where it's almost unrecognizable, all to get Donald Trump, all to somehow make something stick to him. My personal opinion is that he's going to walk on both of these cases on appeal in New York, and I don't think the case down in Georgia is going to go anywhere based on all the stuff we've been hearing about the district attorney down there who's going after Trump. So they're trying to get Trump any way possible, and that includes just potentially destroying our U.S. legal system, and that is such a dangerous precedent to be set. So, what are my thoughts on it? My thoughts are, again, like I said, he's going to walk. I think he'll be the next president. He's obviously potentially going to take a massive financial hit from all the things that they're making him do in New York in order to get this $454 million bond that's required before he can start to appeal the decision from the judge. With all that being said, I still think he comes out with, on top of all of this stuff. And I just hope at the end of the day, the American people can see that, is it worth it to actually destroy America to try to stop him? Because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like to me that they're doing everything they can, a lot of it unethical, a lot of it potentially illegal, and it's not going to work. And that disappoints me, and it makes me worried about the future of our legal system. So we'll see where this all goes, but I just wanted to throw that out there as some thoughts on a very, very interesting article I just read in New York Post. All right, this is the Rain Man. Thanks for watching, and take care, and keep an eye out for new content coming down the road. Thanks for watching Rain Man's Take, observations on the world we live in. If you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. You can also follow Rain Man's Take on Instagram at Rain Man's Take. Also, check out our website at www.rainmanstakepodcast.com and send your comments to rainmanstake@gmail.com. Keep an eye out for future podcasts, which will be coming out every Thursday at 5 p.m. West Coast time.